are great!
Welcome to the newest edition of TNINews with your host, JC. Hey, all you action figure enthusiasts out there, JC here, and I'm coming at you live from San Diego. Right now I'm at my hotel, so give you just a little glimpse of my view back here. That's San Diego Comic-Con right there. Down there is the convention hall and everything. But I wanted to kind of just recap highlights from the first day of the show, which was yesterday, and also just if there's any technical glitches, I'm on hotel internet, so let me know if there's any problems or anything. But I think we should be okay here.
My butthole.
Oh, and I got
Sorry.
special guest Shartimus Prime. So he might jump in here. But
all right, I'll stay out of your live stream now.
But anyway, so also I don't have my usual setup with multiple screens, so we got one screen I'll share with you so we can go over highlights of everything that was shown today. But real quick, let's just do a quick roll call, see who's in the house. Gnarly Charlie's in the house. What is up, my friend? Judge Dreads is in the house. Good to see ya. Palpatine, good to see you, my friend. Paul, good to see ya. Choke up on that mic. Volume is low. Yeah, let me see. Let me do a quick audio test. All right, hopefully that helps a little bit. When does the Marvel Legend panel take place? Kismet, today, later today, so 12:30 p.m. Pacific time. I keep getting my times mixed up because I'm so used to Eastern time, but we're on Pacific time out here, so it's 12:30 Pacific time, which means for those of you on the East Coast, it'll be 3:30. I don't know if they're going to let us live stream the panel. It seems like because Hasbro's got their own little thing going on this year, I think they're going to probably post a recap, like a pre-recorded recap of things that they reveal at the panel that they post up on their YouTube live stream at the same time. I'm just going by what they did with the G.I. Joe panel yesterday. And they actually told people to quit streaming during that panel. So I don't think they're going to let us live stream it. We'll have images of all the slides and information. And then, like I say, Hasbro will likely have their own recap video that's pre-recorded that they'll put up on their Hasbro Pulse YouTube channel. But again, we'll have full coverage of everything up on Marvelous News. But as I say, 12:30 p.m. Pacific time is when you can expect the Marvel Legend news to start rolling in. But yesterday we had G.I. Joe, so the HasLab, and we're going to talk about that. We had Mondo showed off finally their 1/12 scale real Ghostbuster figures, and they also announced 1/12 scale Masters of the Universe 2000X figures. So we only got a render for He-Man, but they're going to be doing essentially 6-inch He-Man figures from the 2000X animated series starting next year. So that's kind of exciting. NECA showed off some new stuff this year with Sesame Street Ultimate figures. My wife is going to love those. And a few other things. Let's see, what else? Going off the top of my head, Masters of the Universe, that snake layer playset for the Origins line, which looks incredible. They have it on display here, so that's going to go up. That's a crowdsource item. That's this year's, where they let people vote on it, and that's going up on August 12th on the Mattel Creations website. Paul says, what was the biggest surprise? Nothing surprising. I will take that back. The NECA Ultimate Sesame Street figures, I wasn't expecting. I was actually expecting Super 7 to do something like that. So that was a little surprising that NECA's doing those, but a pleasant surprise because those look fantastic. In fact, let's jump over. Again, bear with me here a little bit because I'm having to use one screen instead of multiple screens, which makes this harder. Oh, and yesterday you guys may have caught that live stream I tried to do from the special Hasbro press event breakfast that they did yesterday morning. Some of you are like, your camera sucks, and it's like it had nothing to do with my camera. It had to do with a very weak internet signal, which screwed up the quality there. But mainly, I just wanted to give you guys as soon as possible look at what was there. We had more detailed images and everything up on the sites. But yeah, I was reading some of those comments, like saying my camera sucked. So it's like, dude, it had nothing to do with my camera. It had to do with basically almost no internet. And of course, when you're live streaming in a live event like that, on my end, you don't really know what the quality of the video is. So I didn't know how well that signal was coming through. All right, so trying to get these. This is images from the NECA booth here. So Pee Wee Herman. Oh, that actually is not supposed to be in that gallery. That's for Star Wars. But a lot of turtle stuff, like a ton of turtle stuff. But yeah, these are the ultimate Sesame Street figures. So 7-inch scale. Obviously, the Sesame Street characters aren't 7 inches tall, but this is supposed to be essentially a 7-inch scale line. Multiple heads, accessories, articulation, soft goods cape on count there. I like the little letters that spell out NECA. But yeah, to me that just looks really, really nice. Bert and Ernie and Count are going to be in the first wave. I love how like everybody's giving the Count so much love these days. Like Bert and Ernie is pretty much expected, but these are the Toonie Terror, or not Toonie Terror, but the Toonie classics for Sesame Street. So we'd already seen the Bert and Ernie, but they're also going to be doing Oscar the Grouch. So but yeah, that was like the biggest surprise, I think, for me so far, at least. I mean, everything else I knew was basically coming, so there hasn't been any like real unknown surprises. Like I knew Mondo was going to be showing off their real Ghostbuster figures. I knew Hasbro was going to be launching the HasLab, which of course ended up being the Cobra Rattler, as we've talked about a couple of different times. I thought that's what it was going to be, so that didn't really surprise me. But I will tell you that Cobra Rattler is a thing of beauty. And the pictures, that they post, the official images, the PR images, it doesn't do it justice when you see it in person. It is so gorgeous, like reproducing the original Cobra Rattler with just added details. The lights, you've got lights in the gunner station, you've got lights in the canopy. It's just incredible. And it's not as expensive as I was expecting. It's like 300. I want to say it's 325. We'll jump back over there. So it is actually, I was expecting it to be more expensive. So let me jump back. So these are from the booth. I'm going to go back today. I didn't have my light with me when I took these pictures, so I'm going to go back with some extra light. But so the stretch goals, first stretch goal 1 is the weakest thing about it. It's a bunch of patches. So stretch goal 1 is not super exciting. But stretch goal 2 is a gunner for the Rattler, and then stretch goal 3 is Baroness with her pilot outfit. And Wild Weasel, of course, the pilot is included, the base offering. So that's the gunner, which is kind of like a new figure that they've created for this. Kind of a generic, but we never got a Cobra Rattler gunner before. And you get multiple head sculpts with him. But yeah, it's just, there's a better look at the gunner. These are some of the other stuff, which I'll get into here in just a minute. But yeah, that actually, let me let's see where we are at. Last time I checked, we were about 1,200 short of the minimum funding goal. I'm just trying to find my link. Here we go. So yeah, $324.99 is the base price. 45 days, so till September 9th is when the campaign ends. Right now we're at 8,295, so we actually have less than 1,000 to go to reach the minimum number of backers. So it'll definitely be funded today, no doubt in my mind. Stretch goal 1, which, like I say, is probably the weakest thing about this campaign. So go down here where they break it down. So 9,000 for the Rattler and Wild Weasel, 11,000 backers for stretch goal 1, which is Cobra Airborne Squadron patches. Like I say, I mean, that's really just not too exciting. But then to get to stretch goal number 2, we're going to need 14,000 backers for the gunner, and then 18,000 backers for pilot Baroness. So, and again, it will 100% get to that 9,000 probably within the next hour or so. So Navinjart says, I liked Reaction Joe's no O-rings. They went the other reaction for 3 3/4 inch. Yeah, everything Hasbro's doing these days is definitely 6-inch. Mr. Allmine says the Rattler is great. The patches suck. Yeah, I agree 100%. Tac Toys says, I think the 60th anniversary Halo Jumper, Marine Sniper, and Stardusters are my favorite. Yeah, the Starduster is going to be a PulseCon exclusive, which essentially just translates to it'll be a Hasbro Pulse exclusive, just going up on whenever the PulseCon is, which they have not given those dates yet. Mr. Allmine, did you and Sharp back it already? I have not. I'm going to. Shartimus is backing it as we speak. I just haven't had a chance to yet, but yes, I will 100% be backing this bad boy. Judge Dredd says, I've seen people complain about the badges tiers. I mean, I'm not complaining because it's just, to me, it's an added freebie. And usually they give us something that's not like that spectacular for a stretch goal. So it's not like I'm complaining. It's just there's nothing with that first stretch goal that's like, ooh, I've got to have that. It's just, but honestly, with this is one of those HasLabs where even if there were no stretch goals at all, as long as you gave me at least Wild Weasel, I'd be pretty happy. So the main item itself sells this HasLab. The stretch goals are just added nice little bonuses. So that's how I see it with this one. Sometimes the stretch goals are better than the actual HasLab itself, but in this case, I don't really see that. All right, well, let's keep it to G.I. Joe. Let's go down the rest of the things that they revealed. So going up for pre-order later today, and I think normally things go up at 1 p.m. Eastern time, but it looks like because of Comic-Con, they're going up at 5 p.m. Eastern time today. But we've got the Chip Raptor figure, so that's a. Oh, I'll show you here. Well, let me give you the info first, so just in case. The Raptor figure is going up for pre-order today. That'll be available pretty much everywhere. The Night Force Falcon and Coral figure went up yesterday during Walmart CollectorCon. So if you wanted that one, hopefully you already got it. Road Pig. No, I'm jumping ahead. Road Pig is going up today. Again, pretty much available everywhere. That one's going to be $50 or $45, which is because it's a deluxe figure. The Steel Commanders versus Twilight Guard is going up today. Again, pretty much available everywhere. The Halo jumper figure is also going up pretty much everywhere. Again, at 5 p.m. Eastern time today. The Action Marine Sniper is going to be, that's everywhere. One of these is a Pulse exclusive. The Starduster, again, that's PulseCon, so that's not going up today. One of these is a Pulse exclusive. Here we go. The Steel Court Commander versus Twilight Guard. So that will be a Pulse exclusive. And that one is going up today again at 5 p.m. So that's the only Pulse exclusive that's going up today. But so here are the official images of Road Pig and some of the others. I'm just going to go through these. These are the official images for the Rattler itself. So those are the 3 stretch goal figure. Well, no, those are, yeah, that's Baroness with her helmet on, Wild Weasel and the Gunner, Wild Weasel in the cockpit. Look at some of the lights. Again, actually, that head sculpt on Baroness is pretty, I like that. It's like really different from what we've seen before. Just the detail, and there's like going to be multiple sticker sheets. So you can, there's a look at the lighting in the gunner station. Now I can tell you that, like, having seen the lighting in the Dragonfly in person, which is also obviously on display here at Comic-Con, that looks like a Steve Rogers head on that Wild Weasel. These are the patches. So those are stretch goal 1. The wings, of course, do rotate. So, all right, so here's Leatherneck. This was a render reveal. Not going up for pre-order today. There's the Raptor figure. So it's interesting how they've made the wings almost like a claw glider, which they're actually going to be doing. Here's Xandar, another Dreadnought. I can't imagine we're not going to get a Thunder Machine sometime next year. It's probably a general release. So this one I'm pretty excited about, the Cobra Claw. I've always liked the Cobra Claw. It's going to come with a pilot, so the original did not come with a figure, but this one will. So that one looks sweet. I like that. Here's the Walmart exclusive 2-pack. Oh, so for those of you who are into G.I. Joe Transformer crossovers, we knew this one was coming. It's been rumored for a very long time, but now officially revealed. The Sergeant Slaughter Triple T tank with Sergeant Cup as the Transformer. And you get the O-ring version of Sergeant Slaughter and Leatherneck. So that should be out in the booth today. They didn't have it out in the booth yesterday, but we should get a better look at that one for you Transformer G.I. Joe fans tomorrow. Mr. Almine, the Baroness looks so good. Yes, need a refrigerator Perry in the class. I don't. My guess is they probably can't do refrigerator Perry anymore. my guess is they would have to go and I mean, I suppose if they really wanted to, I doubt he would turn them down if they were willing to pay him, but I don't see them doing a refrigerator Perry. I don't think there would be enough demand to justify the cost. Monkey Jeebus also asking about refrigerator. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it would be a super seller. I don't know, but they'd have to go to Perry himself, and I'm sure renegotiate a deal and everything. It's not like they could just go and make a figure. Navinart, yes, I am going. That's at 10:30 Pacific time. So yes, I will be going to that. I went to the Todd McFarlane panel yesterday, where he once again announced the medieval Spawn Kickstarter, crowdsource, whatever you want to call it. And then, but man, that panel was basically all about Todd telling us how great Todd is. But so it was kind of funny. But yes, I will be at the McFarlane panel today, so we'll have coverage of that up later today. Judge Reds, the Raptor looks great now. Yes. I never had an original Raptor figure, so it'll. Well, I have one from the more recent, like 25th anniversary 3 3/4. I think I did. No, actually, did they ever do? Actually, this might be my very first Raptor figure. Mr. Allmine, do I think we will get a HasLab classified Sky Striker next year, or will they wait a year or two? I don't think we will get a Sky Striker next year. I'm not saying we'll never will, but I feel like the Rattler is kind of, we got the Dragonfly last year, which was the Joe Air vehicle, and now we've got the Rattler. So I think next year it will be something G.I. Joe related, but my guess is they'll go to something else other than another air vehicle. So I'm thinking water. I'm thinking they might do water, or they might do some type of G.I. Joe tank, because we got the his tank. We've gotten some smaller land vehicles for Cobra, but we don't really have, or G.I. Joe, but we don't really have like the larger tank vehicle to go up against the hiss. So I feel like maybe next year might be like either a G.I. Joe Mauler or Mobat type tank. That's just purely a guess on my part. Monkey Jeebus says a whale. Whale would be incredible. The hovercraft, yeah, I would love to see that. But I feel like, I mean, they might go to water vehicles starting next year. I don't know. We'll see. And like for Cobra, I would get, because a water moccasin small enough that if they want to do a water moccasin, which they really need to since they've given us Copperhead, I feel like that would be a regular release, not a HasLab. So for Cobra water vehicles, I would guess the hydrofoil, Cobra hydrofoil. And then for Joe, yeah, whale would just be incredible. I guess they might do like a shark. I don't know. Shark size-wise is probably more fitting for a regular release than a HasLab. But if they wanted to do like features, like have it actually be able to go into the water and go underwater and things like that, that might make it more of a HasLab. I don't know. But I feel like probably the whale would be the most fitting for G.I. Joe if they start doing water vehicles. Dedra says, need some good ground support instead of air. Yeah. So I really, my feeling is for next year, it's going to be a G.I. Joe tank type vehicle. But again, that's just purely a guess. All right. So let's get back into news. All right. So yeah, that's the Triple T. So this was a name reveal. So no renders, just the name, but heavy duty. Rock and Roll. So Rock and Roll will be a retro cardback figure because we've already gotten a regular version. Dr. Mindbender, a lot of you have been asking about whether Mindbender was going to get a retro cardback treatment, and the answer is yes. So those of you who missed out on the Hasbro Pulse version, you will get another shot at him. Cobra Viper is getting the retro cardback. Law and Order is getting the retro, or actually Law and Order is Heavy Duty, and Law and Order will be regular figures, and then the others are retro Cardback figures. These are so here's more official images of Raptor, Road Pig, and there's Raptor again. Sorry, these are kind of mixed up in the gallery. I like how you can take his bird helmet thing off on that Raptor. I suspect, though, probably the only thing that might suck about this figure is it's probably going to, if you have the wings on him, it's probably going to be top heavy, so he's going to fall over easily. But the good thing is you can take the wings off if you want to. Here's Road Pig. I don't remember Road Pig having a dog, but maybe he did, and I just don't remember it. But he's going to come with a dog, and I don't know the dog's name since I didn't even know he came with a dog. All I remember about Road Pig is he had a crush on Zorana, so basically he did whatever she wanted because he was so hung up on her. Yeah, that's pretty much your G.I. Joe news for San Diego Comic-Con. But some pretty exciting stuff, including that Cobra Rattler of the show. So since we already talked about, so just because I mentioned this before, so this was funny. So you may recall Todd had released that one image of just saying King Spawn for his movie. And everyone, I think, logically just made the assumption that what he was telling us was that the movie was going to be called King Spawn. But in his panel yesterday, he was like, no, that's not what I meant. The image was to say that the first draft of the movie is now complete. So I'm not sure how he thought anyone would come to that conclusion by just posting the one image and no context. But according to him, that's what it was. So the movie is not called King Spawn. But a first draft has been completed. Next step will be getting a director. I'm of a frame of mind that this is one of those things where Todd has been talking about for years and years and years and years, and I'm just not convinced that it's ever going to happen. But obviously, he's not going to give up on it. So who knows? Maybe he will eventually get it out. The thing, though, one of the things he's been talking when you hear him talk, like in the panel or in interviews and stuff, is he keeps going back to this thing about because like the new Deadpool movie is rated R, and that's going to be a huge box office hit. The Joker movie, R-rated movie, is going to be a box office hit. And so somehow that's going to make the studios want to do a Spawn movie. But the thing is, he said the exact same thing back when the first Joker movie came out and was like, oh, this movie is going to set a precedent and everybody's going to want to do my Spawn movie now because the Joker was such a hit. And you know, I obviously that didn't seem to really happen. So I don't know. We'll see. But like I say, main news from that for the movie stuff is just that it's not named King Spawn.
Spawn written on it.
Well, right.
Why does it King Spawn all over the front of it?
Right. And what was funny in the panel when Todd was talking, he acted like you guys are dumb for thinking the movie is King Spawn. And I'm like, what?
King Spawn for? King Spawn.
I know. I was like, really, man? Come on. Somebody said to me, it was like, oh, he was going to call it King Spawn, and then he saw everyone saying how that sucks, and now he's trying to backtrack. I don't know if that's true or not, but he definitely, I don't think it was unreasonable for people to think that the movie was going to be called King Spawn when he posted that image with no context. Like, he should have put this, the final draft of the movie, or the first draft of the movie is completed. If he had like put that caption with the image, then we would have, had a better standing. Judge Dredd, I'm sorry, Rick. The pit bull's name is Ruckus. So for Road Pig, I did not know that. Ruckus. So thank you for that information. Like I said, I don't remember Road Pig having a pit bull, but I guess Junkyard will have, Junkyard will have somebody to fight now. Monkey Jeebus is going to see Deadpool Wolverine in 2 hours. I went and saw it last night with Shardamus. We both loved it. I will tell you, spoiler-free review here. My opinion is it's a hilarious movie. It's got really cool action scenes. You know, it's everything you've come to expect from a Deadpool movie. I feel like there were some very nice nods to the 20th Century Fox stuff that has come before it, not just with X-Men. But for those of you who are looking for, like, you know, like, is this going to be a reset for the MCU in general? There was nothing in this movie per se that necessarily says that. So that was like, you know, going with that expectation. Enjoy it for what it is. Enjoy it as a Deadpool movie. But if you're looking for like hints to what's to come in the MCU and things like that, I don't think this movie really did much to do
Would you
that.
say he was a Marvel Jesus?
He was a Marvel Jesus. Yes. But Monkey Jeebus, hope you enjoy it, and definitely both me and Shartimus liked it. All right, so let's see. The pain having to like use one screen and go back between different browsers. All right, so where I was going, however, with the McFarlane was, so again, we got an update. August of this year, we don't have a specific day in August, but August this year is when this new crowdsourcing Medieval Spawn is supposed to finally go live. You know, remember he first announced this. It was either 2 or 3 years ago that he first announced it. Then last year at San Diego, he once again started teasing it. And now a year later, here we are, and it is on display here at Comic-Con. So I had posted images of that as well. These are the slides that he showed of it in his panel. He says it's the most detailed Spawn figure he's ever made. It's going to have like magnetic snap-on armor pieces, multiple heads. There'll be multiple shields. So apparently this is the smaller of the 2 shields that will be included. So, and it is a gorgeous figure. Again, you know, when I saw it in the booth, I have no idea what the price is going to be. But let me jump down to the actual booth images. So yeah, this thing, and it's going to have a ton of accessories, which again, you know, I guess is why it's a Kickstarter or crowdsource. But the detailing is
Phenomenal.
is gorgeous on this thing.
It was like I felt like we were at a fancy museum.
Yeah.
Everybody's looking at the Mona Lisa or something. Like everybody was just right around that thing, just jaw dropping.
Yeah. So again, I have no idea what this thing's going to cost. Maybe we'll get some of those details at the McFarlane panel today, though I doubt it. I think if he was going to give those details, he would have said it yesterday. But yeah, so definitely if you're a Spawn fan, that's something you're probably going to want to keep an eye out for.
I was talking about the HasLab still. Oops.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, everything Shartimus had nothing to do with Spawn. He's still on it. He just ordered the Rattler, so
I'm so stoked about that Rattler.
But yeah, so that's so far. There was some other like DC stuff. There was a press event on Wednesday where they showed off some stuff, which I actually did not attend personally. And there were some pre-orders yesterday. So I guess the Adam West Batman, Multiverse Batman went up for pre-order yesterday, which is apparently sold out, I'm told. So hopefully I'll get another shot at it. I haven't looked around. Somebody just told me that it was sold out everywhere. So I can't say 100%, but it did go up for pre-order yesterday. I wanted this one. I've got the 6-inch one, but I wanted this one because I think it'll fit in better with the other DC Multiverse. Have you not seen the Adam West?
Oh, yeah, I saw the promo.
So the 7-inch Adam West
So
Batman?
it's a con exclusive?
No, it just went up for pre-order yesterday, but it's sold out everywhere. At least that's what I was told. So, but So Kyle Peterson, he was at this event, so these images are from him. So shout out to him. He's got a YouTube channel if you've never checked it out. Yeah, I'm not sure what this is part of the 6-inch Batman stuff. Actually, this is actually the first time I'm really taking a detailed look. So Wonder Woman, I guess that's what supposed to be. I mean, it's a 66 Wonder Woman, so I guess technically it's not Linda Carter and doesn't really look anything like Linda Carter. So, well, the outfit does, but the face does not. Batgirl, we knew that one. Another Joker. Those are just those are 66 6-inch Batman figures, some of which are based from the comics. Damian Robin and Deathstroke, and another Batman, Cyborg, Red Hood. So we'll get more details on these, I'm sure, today at the McFarlane panel. So that one went up for pre-order today. The Dick Grayson Robin. And these images are from Ahsoka the Geek. Also has a YouTube channel, so check him out. But yeah, so so far really the Spawn Kickstarter is the main news. But again, McFarlane panel will be later today. In fact, I got to keep an eye on my time because I don't want to miss that panel. McFarlane panel is at 10:30 Pacific time, so we're at 8:42, so a little over an hour and a half away. Oh, sorry about. Oh, sorry, I forgot. God damn it. Here, let me show you those again since I was a dumbass and didn't flip the screen.
I have a dot stuck in my head.
From Deadpool.
Yeah.
Apparently, Ryan Reynolds, from what I heard, had to actually go to Madonna's house and ask for permission to use that in the movie. So, all right. So, real quick, here are the slides of the King Spawn. The other thing that sucks is the mouse, the trackpad on this laptop sucks.
Insane.
All right, so these are the slides of the Kickstarter medieval Spawn that's coming. And, be sure, if you haven't already, head over to the websites to get more detailed looks at all of this stuff. And this is the booth images. Super detailed. I'm not going to go, since the DC stuff, if you want to see, go over to TNI. Hopefully we'll have better images and stuff later today for that stuff. Judge Dredd, seems like Todd wants to crowdsource stuff just to crowd fund. Yeah, I don't know. He has kind of been getting on he's like seeing everyone else do it, so he's like, oh yeah, I got to do that. Oh, and the other thing about the medieval Spawn, and he said this before, but just to reiterate, that basically, and kind of makes sense since he first started announcing this like over 3 years ago, but essentially it's already in the factory in production, which again is weird to me because usually when you're doing a crowdsource, the idea is you want to make sure there's enough demand before you start moving forward with the expensive production process. So the fact that he's already moving into production of it before it's even funded is kind of weird to me. But essentially, he has indicated that once the Kickstarter ends, there will not be like a 2 or 3 year window even 1 year window for when it'll start shipping out to people. like with most Kickstarters. So let's see. What else can we talk about? Monkey Jeebus. Shartimus says he wants to talk about Marvel Legends. Monkey Jeebus. Hasbro needs to give us a the dragon at $50. Yeah, I don't. Hasbro seems to be pretty much done with Dungeons and Dragons as far as action figures go, so I wouldn't really expect that. Judge Dredd says it has the same amount of stuff. I think it's got more than the She Spawn. Plus, it's got, like I say, he was really touting at the panel. The the armor plates are going to be magnetic, so like you just pop it on and it goes on the chest and stuff. So I definitely think it'll be a better figure than that She Spawn figure. But oh, Jada Toys, Mr. Allmine, Scooby Doo. So I don't have a lot of specific details other than just what they've shown in the booth. So, but yeah, we can jump into that real quick. Let me get back to my screen before I flip over so you guys can actually see what I'm talking about. So Scooby Doo, this is all we've seen so far. You don't have a whole lot of details. I'll try and get more details on that. But Scooby Doo himself. So this is a 6-inch scale type line. One of the bad guys. The diorama is just for background. I don't think that's anything. I won't say 100%, but I think that's just for background. And if you hear Shartimus talking in the background, it's because he's in the bathroom, I guess, filming something for a video. we're splitting a room here at San Diego this year. So Cyberpunk figures, E-Honda, Mega Man, Snake Man. That's the new Mega Man figure that they've shown. We had some others as well for Street Fighter. Cyberpunk figures, or Shaggy again for Scooby Doo. Tony the Tiger. So their next mascot figure is going to be Tony the Tiger spinning the basketball. T-Hawk coming to Street Fighters. So there's your look at Street Fighter stuff. I showed you the E-Honda. So we'll have to see if they reveal anything else. Also, so one of the big highlights, not surprised because I knew it was coming, but was from Mondo getting into the 6-inch action figure game. With Ghostbusters, the real Ghostbusters. So 2 packs. So Boogeyman here is going to come with Egon. And then we've got the Pumpkinhead guy, which I forget his name, so off the top of my head. But he's going to come with Ray. So the way this is going to work with these real Ghostbuster figures is, again, 2 packs. There's going to be 2 packs available direct. It's going to be a timed release, like we always see Mondo do, released directly on their website. So a timed pre-order. The first one's going up this fall for pre-order. So these are the first 2. The other 2 Ghostbusters are already in production, so they will be coming next year. But the thing to note is there will be 2 packs released through Mondo. Those are going to be more expensive, and this is a look at like all the accessories. So this is everything that's going to come with Sam Heen. That's the Pumpkinhead guy. So this is the 2-pack, and these are all the accessories. You're going to get Slimer as well. Proton packs, traps, things like that. So you can even make it look like Sam Heen is going to get sucked into the trap. So multiple heads. So this is the 2-pack. This is going to be offered directly through Mondo. But then there's going to be single releases, or there should be. Some of this I think is tentative, so it could change. But single packs released through e-tailers like Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, that will have less accessories than what you're seeing here. They will be cheaper. Yes, the bad guys are separate figures. So somebody had asked me if the singles would include those, and it should. So it's not just going to be, basically you're going to get four single releases. They're just not going to have as many exclusive or accessories. They will be a little bit cheaper, which again is kind of how Mondo always does it. So this is a look at all the accessories and everything with the Egon and Boogeyman 2-pack. But let me flip back to the actual booth images because these things are just gorgeous. Now, they have not revealed prices on these. I know that's what a lot of you have been asking. How much are these going to cost? How much of these are going to cost? And again, according to them, they're still finalizing that. However, I do want to brace you that for the 2-packs, my guess is you're going to be looking at a neighborhood of at least $100, maybe even a little bit more. Again, that's not set in stone, but if you're just trying to budget for these, I would budget for at least $100. If they're a little bit less, then you'll have some extra money. But again, price has not been officially announced. It could change, but my feeling is you're probably going to see, based on talking to them and stuff, you're probably going to see these at $100 for the 2-packs. Maybe even, like I said, maybe even a little bit more. I don't know, but they're not going to be super cheap. Again, the single releases with less accessories will be cheaper, but if you're going to get these, my thing would be I'd go with the 2-packs and get all the accessories, but that's really up to you. Now, one thing I also want to talk about, again, Mondo announced yesterday at their panel, is besides Ghostbusters in the 6-inch 112 scale, He-Man 2000X figures are going to be coming from them. So this is a look, the digital render at He-Man. This is the only one they've shown us. And again, no pricing specifics, but they seem to have indicated that the He-Man figures will actually probably be cheaper than the Ghostbuster figures. So just if you're not willing to pay $100 or so for the Ghostbusters, the He-Man figures might end up being a bit cheaper. And then just to go over everything else that was announced at the panel. So the Scaremare, which is already up for pre-order. But for you Masters of the Universe fans, a 1/6 scale Buzz-Off is coming. That's a good look at that. Manny Faces. So this 112 Manny Faces is going to come with all these different faces. So the most faces for Manny Face that we've ever gotten. So Street Sharks soft vinyl figure. They're going to be getting into Street Sharks. That's a 12-inch figure. But again, that's a vinyl figure. Mum-Ra is going to be about 15 inches tall. 1/6 scale Mum-Ra. It's going to be about 15 inches tall. So they've already shown us Lion-O. And then, as I say, the Masters of the Universe. So that's your Mondo news. Now let's keep it to Masters of the Universe and jump over to Mattel. So for those of you who voted on this thing, so they originally did a vote where they put up something. I wanted the attack track, but instead we got the Snake Lair playset. Though I got to tell you, this is pretty impressive looking. Again, this is for the Origins line. So the crowdsource for this will kick off on August 12th on the Mattel Creations website. Don't have any pricing information yet. Probably not going to be cheap. It's a completely new playset. This is not recreating a vintage playset. This is basically an all-new type playset that they're doing for the Origins line. nicely detailed. I gotta tell you, from the front, if you're like, if you have the money to spend and you're into customization, this actually looks like would make a cool Cobra lair for GI Joe, like 3 3/4 inch or 4 inch GI Joe figures. That'd be an expensive custom, but just looking at the front, that's what kind of struck me, as this would be a great GI Joe Cobra lair. You can see it from there. Just that whole Cobra face on the front there reeks of GI Joe Cobra in my view. But that is coming. For Masterverse figures, we got a couple new reveals. So the Skeletron guy is coming. This is a new Eternia figure. And Roboto. Fisto, a new Eternia version of Fisto. Again, these are all Masterverse. There's Roboto. Oh, and they only showed a digital render at the panel, but for you 80s Masters of the Universe live action movie fans, Blade is going to be getting or that's for Origins though. Or no, I'm sorry, that's Masterverse. Blade is coming to the Masterverse line, so get to the render. I hate when some of these images don't load right. Let me jump to the forums. So here's a look at Blade, the digital render. Again, this is for Masterverse. They also teased a Masters of the Universe Thundercats mashup line. So that is going to be coming at some point. So, we got Turtles and Masters of the Universe now, but you can expect a Thundercats Turtle mashup line that was teased by Mattel. Mr. Alma. Oh, yeah, that was shown during preview night. Masterverse Panther. Should have an image of that. Let me jump over. Bunch of WWE stuff. I'm not really going to go into that today. Oh, and speaking of Turtle Masters of the Universe mashups, they're going to be starting to do Snake Men figures for that line as well. But yes, there's your Masterverse Panther that finally will be coming for Skeletor. The Mass Figure Collector, hi from the UK. Hope all is well. Good to see you, my friend. Always good to see people from outside the US watching. No Mondo Spider-Man. That was on display at the booth. They didn't talk about it during their panel, but I can show you that real quick if you haven't already seen it. So Poison Ivy, these are 12-inch figures. Batman Beyond, Scarecrow, Clayface, Lion-O, and Snarf. Huh.
Hey, did you want to sign this?
You can sign it. All right, so for some reason, I have images of the Spider-Man, but for some reason they didn't get uploaded. So we'll have to come back to that one in a later video. But yes, there's a 12-inch Spider-Man figure coming. Yeah. Sorry about that. I don't know why that didn't get uploaded yesterday, but all right. Let's finish off with Marvel Legends. So most of the Marvel Legends news is going to come today, but we did get a few things yesterday. So the Sentinel 3-pack that's going up for pre-order tomorrow. These are 6-inch Sentinels based on the arcade game. So these will be going up tomorrow. $54.99 is the price on those. Pulse exclusives. So these will only be available on Hasbro Pulse, at least here in the US. So that was yesterday's reveal, plus Kang and his throne. Oh wait, this is probably, I didn't think about it. Here's your they're up on Marvelous News, that's why. So here's your Spider-Man 112 from Mondo, along with Venom. So there you go. There's your look at that. Some other X-Men animated series figures that were on display. So Gambit, Omega Red. I think we've seen all these before. Rogue, Cyclops, Jim Lee Cyclops, plus classic Cyclops. Those are your X-Men 12-inch figures from Mondo. But then the other Marvel Legend reveal yesterday was Kang in his chair. That should also be Pulse exclusive. And that one's going to cost you $60. I think, yes. IGN was the first one to post these official images. These were shown at that breakfast yesterday. I believe the Kang is going to be the PulseCon exclusive for this year. And then, like I say, the Sentinels are going up for pre-order tomorrow. And then these are from the event. You can see multiple face plates with Kang, a stand, a hover stand. These are the Sentinels with the Rock. Back of the packaging. Death's Head is not a con exclusive. Just I've talked about this before. Is just going to be offered here it's being offered here right now in San Diego. No, I've not gotten one myself, but it will be available online, and basically it will be available as like a fan channel exclusive, I was told. Here's a look at the Giant Man. More accessories for Kang. And some of the newer figures they've announced, like Moon Knight, Brother Voodoo, Dracula. These have all been announced, but we just got kind of better in-hand looks at them. Blackheart, build a figure for that wave. That is your Marvel Legend news. But of course, again, today is panel, the actual Hasbro Marvel Legend panel, 12:30 p.m. Pacific time. So we'll have a lot. Hopefully, I was told yesterday that in total we can expect around 10 Marvel Legend reveals this weekend. So we've already seen the 2. I think maybe the Deadpool and Wolverine figures from the movie are going to be 2 of those as well, which have yet to be officially announced by Hasbro, but that likely will be coming later today. So I'm going to assume those are the 4 of the 10. So that's probably going to leave maybe 6 more reveals from the panel. Now I don't know if they show an entire wave, if that counts as one or multiples. I don't know, but I feel like we might see those Secret Wars figures at the panel. Just guessing here, so I don't know for sure. But again, we'll have all that news starting at 12:30 p.m. I don't think they're going to let us stream it, but again, they'll have a recap video probably up at 12:30 on Hasbro Pulse's YouTube channel, and then we'll have slide images and everything up on Marvelous News as they happen. So, all right, guys. So busy day ahead. 3 Hasbro panels, McFarlane panel, probably some other stuff. I'm not actually. I can. Let me tell you what's on today's schedule.
Star Wars panel.
Yes, that's one of the Star Wars, Transformers, and Marvel are the 3 Hasbro panels today. McFarlane is going to kick things off at 10:30. There's a Street Shark panel today, so we'll get some new Street Shark reveals from Mattel, I was told. Toys of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles panels today, so we might get some more turtle reveals. And yeah, that's mostly it for today. So, and then, some companies will probably put a few things out in booths that we haven't already seen, so you can keep an eye out for that. But again, a busy day ahead. Hopefully you're keeping it to the websites for full coverage. And yeah, I will probably try and do another one of these videos tomorrow, recapping stuff that's announced today. But again, for up to the minute news, keep it to the websites. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I got some breakfast here, room service is here. I'm going to try and fuel up for the big day. And until next time, guys, stay safe out there. Shartimus says hi, and I'll catch you guys later.
Thanks for watching today's video. Now, if you're new to the channel, please think about hitting that subscribe button. Also hit the bell notification so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. For all the latest action figure news, be sure to head over to ToyNewsEye.com, MarvelousNews.com, JediInsider.com, and TFormers.com. And remember, action figures are great,